Good morning, guys. It's actually quite a bit earlier than I would normally be awake because I had to have a visitor here in the house this morning. My work is changing health insurance, so they had to send somebody out to do a wellness screening on me. Christina was here. She had hers done as well. Had a weird reaction. I've had it in the past, so it's nothing really new to me, but basically, if I have blood drawn, if I have an IV, if I have anything stuck into my arm, when it's pulled out of my arm, I get really lightheaded, start sweating, almost throw up, almost faint. You know, it's not a good thing. And I thought I was over it. You know, it's been years since I've had my blood drawn, so I didn't even think about it. So she wrapped up and she was like, all right, good job. You bled really well. And, you know, put the Band-Aid on. I was like, all right, I'm done. Okay. And I sort of bolted from the room to go lay down and breathe and sweat. Luckily, I think I'm over it at this point. That's a way to wake up in the morning. I had a glass of orange juice, feeling better. I'm gonna start the day, I guess. Like I said, normally I wouldn't be getting going until about another hour from now, maybe a little more than that. And I've already been up for an hour and a half almost. Whew. I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Well, there goes the majority of the morning. After the last clip, I was sitting in here, I was trying to get some stuff done, and I just about fell asleep. So I actually went and laid down on the couch for about an hour. Had my morning meeting. I woke up in plenty of time for the morning meeting, which was good. But since that time, still feeling rough, but also just, I think I said it this morning, when I had the blood drawn, I was expecting a finger prick, not a needle stick and drawing a vial of blood. So I was not prepared. So I totally pansied out on that and almost passed out and almost threw up. I had the cold sweats and everything. Had to go lay down for a few minutes. And it's just taken a lot out of me this morning. My arm is still killing me. I think she was kind of rough. Well, USPS just showed up and did their daily delivery. Was not exactly what the package I thought it was going to be, but definitely gets the job done. It's the Gorilla Pod that I ordered. Some reason I thought that USPS was going to be delivering the RAM. I don't know, I'll have to go look back at that. But still, really big Gorilla Pod. Should be good for using with the bigger cameras. Oh buddy, my body is ready. For whatever reason, I just remembered today is Tuesday, the 1st of December, which means that I have 2 packages coming from UPS. The first one is the Rode Videomic Me, which is a mic that I can attach to a smartphone, potentially this camera. I'm going to be giving that a shot, but the other package, which unfortunately I can't use because it's been raining for days now, is the DJI Phantom 3 Standard. It's here. Okay, I'm confused by this packaging. There was a strip down the middle that it looked like it was supposed to peel off, and now the inside is kind of like some sort of weird origami, but finally we do get to the Videomic Me. Directional microphone for the iPhone and the iPad, and should work on Android phones, hopefully. If it doesn't work on Android phones, I'm gonna be really, really upset. But potentially much, much more importantly, perfect packing. Oh, it is mine. Phantom 3 Standard. Okay, so I've definitely got my work cut out for me at this point. And before you ask, no, I still have not unboxed the Drobo. I was getting all the data copied off of my existing drives and kind of keeping an eye out to see if there are any Cyber Monday deals or Cyber Week deals on bigger hard drives in the $80 to $100 range. And I haven't seen any yet, so I'll probably be doing that in the next day or two. I wanted to get the new desktop set up, get everything ready, go ahead and rip all the drives out of the old one. Most of them are USB drives anyway, just to get everything moved over all at once. But having all these issues editing video, the moving to the new desktop thing has not happened yet, unfortunately. And we're off, as if by magic. I've got to run out to the UPS store, I've got to take that, and I've got to go pick up a prescription for an antibiotic. I will say I am feeling quite a bit better today in terms of just blech, and I sound a little bit better, so that's good. So antibiotic may not be necessary. It's still nice to go ahead and have it. I just don't know if I want to take it, because if I'm not actually getting worse, there's no reason to expose my body to the antibiotics. I don't know, I'll think about it. It's gonna depend on how I'm feeling. And the lady and her husband that come to help clean our house came by just before I left. They're actually still there right now. So I ended up spending a little bit of time while they were there cleaning up my office so that they can get in there and help clean my office. Because I had just so much crap all over the floor. You guys saw that. TV and the Drobo and all of the other things. So I did a little moving of stuff around and got some stuff put up on shelves, and at some point I've got to install that shelf that I got from IKEA. Things will come together. It really all hinges on 1 or 2 little things. Alright, dropped the package off at UPS, picked up my medication, good to go, time to head back in just exactly the right amount of time to get back and get Duncan off the bus. And actually that's one of the things I love about doing Amazon returns. Not that I like doing them, but I like how easy it is that I can just go to the UPS store, hand them a box that's open with the actual RMA information inside of it and a label, and just go,
and they take it and they'll close it up for me. They'll put the label on and everything. Super duper easy. And I've already gotten an email from Amazon saying that the return is being processed. They're putting the money back on the gift card. So now if only the new RAM would show up. It was supposed to be 1-day shipping, so it was supposed to be here today, and it's not here. Really lost my faith in Amazon's 1-day shipping, I gotta say. I know this is a bad time of year to do it, but when you pay extra for the 1-day shipping, you expect 1-day shipping. It shows the point of origin, USPS, parcel select something, which means like the cheapest potential option. It's like, I gave you extra money. Why aren't you doing slightly better shipping? Something that will actually come in a reasonable amount of time. Anyway, I'm heading back home now. Pounding headache, but my throat's not hurting. That's kind of the key thing. I'm on the medication so that I'm not coughing as much, I'm not coughing as much stuff up, and my throat doesn't hurt. Getting better little bits at a time. Well, it actually kind of looks nice in here, except all of the surfaces are now covered with things. The Phantom 3 has to wait until I can unbox it on camera and then take it out and fly it. Backpack for the Phantom 3, TV. I think I'm gonna have to take a few minutes tonight and put that shelf up somewhere so that I can get my plans going. Yeah, so I took a little bit of time. I took maybe 20 minutes and forced myself to learn more about using Premiere Elements. And I've got pretty much the exact same vlog, pretty close to the exact same, rendering right now on this desktop. Let's see, the existing one was 19 minutes, 18 seconds. This one came out to 19 minutes, 55 seconds, just because differences in editing in this case. It says it's gonna finish rendering in 7 minutes, 40 seconds. It's already at 10% rendered, and I literally I hit the render button, I walked over and grabbed the camera and turned it on and started filming, and we're now at like 45 seconds into this clip, and it's already at 10%, 11%, wow. Says 7 minutes left, and it's just going down quickly. Yeah, I may have just bought a new video editor. I took just a little bit of time looking around in the software and found out that there is a split clip option in Premiere Elements. It is Control K, and I think that also works in Premiere Pro. I don't care. The grand majority of what I do in any editor is I cut clips, I delete clips, I do fades, and cross dissolves. Those are like my 4 key hot topic things. I can right click on a clip and say fade in audio, fade in video, or both, and I can do the same thing for fading out. And there's also a little button at the bottom that says transitions where I can say cross dissolve or dissolve and just pick which way I want it to go. Seems pretty painless actually. And I'm just standing here talking again, already at 25% rendered. Yeah, so I may actually be paying for Premiere Elements like right now, because that is pretty epic. Let me see how much CPU that's using. Yeah, it's eating 100% of the CPU. It's not touching the GPU as far as I can tell. I can definitely stomach this. Now I've just got to make sure that it'll work with all the XDA stuff. The biggest thing that I think you lose out on with Premiere Elements, you can't do green screening. I don't do green screening anyway. If I did, I could technically just do the green screen segments back in Sony Movie Studio, because it'll do it just fine. It'll do 4K video as far as I can tell. It says it can't do 3D editing, can't do multicam, can't do screen cam. I guess that means screen recording. And on PC Mag it says that there's middling rendering speeds. Well, compared to Sony Movie Studio, it's massively faster rendering speeds. Like instead of a half an hour for rendering, it's gonna take 7 minutes. That's a pretty dramatic difference. Although PC Mag seems to think Power Director is a better option. I think TK uses Power Director, or used in the past Power Director, so maybe I'll ping him and see what he says. Well, it's nowhere near a scientific test, but I'm running the exact same thing. I copied the entire project over to my previous desktop, and I'm now running the exact same render. It says it's gonna take in the neighborhood of 17 minutes. So that one took, I think, a total of like 6.5 minutes, almost 7 minutes. This one's gonna take 17 minutes. In terms of one video, a 10-minute time difference is not massive, but in terms of percentage-wise, that's almost a 2/3 time savings on one video. Imagine doing that every single day, shaving 10 to 15 minutes off of your render time, and then several times a week when I make 2 to 3 videos in a day, having each of them have a lot of time taken off of them. Compounding that with the fact that usually rendering a video means 20 to 30 minutes time invested from the previous software. If I can do it all in less than 10 minutes at a time, definitely worthwhile. So I went ahead and bought a copy of Premiere Elements. It was $60 on Amazon. Again, I still had gift cards left over, just a little bit. So I figured I'd use some of that for some slightly better editing software. Welcome home, food time, food time, food time.
Cheeseburger macaroni.
Food time. She had to work a little late today because we had our health screening thing this morning, so having something nice and quick for dinner. So actually, continuing to test back and forth, I started working on a video for a pair of Bluetooth headphones that I've got. Ended up having to create a custom export profile, but it'll do 1080p 60 at H.264. I exported it on both machines. The old machine, it's a 2-minute 45-second clip. It took it about 8 minutes. This one took about 3 minutes or a little under. So on shorter clips, I don't know if you're gonna get better than 1-to-1 on that. On longer clips, it definitely seems to be possible. In this case though, because it's 60 frames per second, I don't know if I would expect it to do faster than 1-to-1. And still, with that 1080p 60 camera, normally I don't do videos longer than about 7 or 8 minutes anyway. So this might work out really well. I'm gonna do some more testing with it though. May not update you. Things are going much better with Premiere Elements. Yep, testing, rendering today's vlog. I'm already at 10%. It's gonna take about 3 minutes. That's for a 10-minute video. Nice. So for Advent this year, the 24 days leading up to Christmas, Christina has decided we're gonna do something a little different for Duncan this year. Normally you do just a little calendar with chocolates and stuff, and it's not a hugely healthy habit. It's fun and whatnot, but it's a good time to do something a little nicer, a little more educational. So
I bought 24 books.
yeah.
And the different wrapping paper is just because this was all the wrapping paper I had left, and so we're using all the excess from last year and the year before, the extra paper. So the only book that he has to wait on is the big book. This one's the Christmas Eve book.
We'll see what that is in a few weeks.
Yes. The rest of them he can open. He's just going to pick whichever one he wants to open one a night.
So we'll go ahead and take these downstairs and get the festivities beginning.
Yes. You know how we usually for Christmas we do like an advent calendar?
Yeah.
What we're going to do, you get to pick one every day.
Yeah.
From today and until Christmas Eve. You can pick any of them except for the big one on the bottom.
Okay.
Because you can open that one on Christmas Eve. On December 24th.
Okay.
So today's December 1st. So that means what?
We get one.
You get one. So you get to come over here.
You can pick any of the red ones or any of the smaller green ones.
You can pick one of the 2 smaller green ones or any of the red ones. And you can open it.
But we can't pick that one.
Not the big green one at the
Not the
bottom.
big green one. But you can pick any of those.
I picked this one.
You pick that one? Okay. All right.
Have a seat and open it up.
Let's see. Sit down.
Okay.
Happy first day of Advent.
What is this?
It's a potato.
It's a comic book.
It's a potato salad sandwich.
It's a book.
It's a book.
Captain Underpants. It's Captain Underpants from who?
Let's see. Captain Underpants and the big bad battle of the Bionic Booger Boys. Part 1. The Night of the Nasty Nostril Nuggets. What's a nostril nugget?
I don't know.
It's a booger.
Who's this from?
It's from us.
It's from Mommy and Daddy. Mommy and Daddy got you all these books.
So they're all books?
Oh, oops. I'm sorry. Yes,
You ruined it, yes.
they're all books.
Right, instead of doing little teeny pieces of chocolate, you're gonna have books so that you can learn and you can have fun reading.
They're all going to be fun ones, okay?
Well, that was quite a bit less enthusiasm for reading than I think we were kind of expecting, but I don't know. And literally right after I stopped recording, she said, "But you get a free book every day for the rest of the month that you get to keep. These are your books." And he said, "Awesome." And I completely missed that. Anyway, so he's gonna enjoy this over time, I think. Well, poop on a stick. I went ahead and unboxed the Rode Videomic Me because I've been dying to know what it would sound like and to make sure that it would work. I mean, it does say on the box, designed for the Apple iPhone and iPad, but everywhere that I've read about it says that it's compatible with Android. So, of course, first and foremost, I whip out the Nexus 5X. It doesn't work. Maybe it's Marshmallow, maybe it's the camera app, I don't know. Cinema FV5, it works with, but you have to specifically set it to use the external mic. I'm fine with that. But then it has this weird background beeping noise. I think there may just be a bug in the app. It may be something with this. So I'm going to be testing that on other devices. The one I've found so far that it has worked well on is the LG G4. Just plug it in. It says external microphone detected or recording with external headphones or something, and it works beautifully with that. I, of course, tested it with the iPad Air, and it does work as is expected with that. But it's the iPad Air, so it doesn't have a particularly good camera. I tested it with the Asus ZenPad S8, works with that one, but again, it's a tablet. It doesn't have a very good camera on it. I tried it with the Droid Turbo, it did not work. I tried it with I think the OnePlus X, and it didn't work. I was gonna try it with the Zenfone 2, but the Zenfone 2 is currently charging. Frustrating, just frustrating to say the least. So I'm gonna potentially try out some other external microphones on the Nexus 5X and see if I can get any of them to work. I mean, the worst case scenario is that if I wanna use this, I'll just use the G4 with it, but I really hate to be limited that much by the phone that I'm using, by the microphone. All right, and just out of the sake of curiosity, because that's part of the reason why I bought this, I'm gonna plug this in. Sorry. Well, unfortunately, this is not going to work with the Canon Vixia Mini X. I tried it both on auto levels on the microphone, I tried manual levels and cranking it all the way up to 100. It didn't want to work. At this point, I've tested it out with a large number of different phones, and so far the only phone that it has worked with is the LG G4, which is a phone that I don't use terribly often anymore, unfortunately. Not happy. It's a really nicely designed little piece of hardware. I mean, it feels solid as a rock, and it comes with this ridiculously large little furry windscreen. But if it doesn't work with any of my phones, it's not hugely useful. I mean, the upside here is that it wasn't insanely expensive, so even if it only works with 1 or 2 devices, it still can be useful. I'm just gonna have to do some testing to see how useful it actually is. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to finish up that video tonight. I'm really bummed about that. I knew I wouldn't be able to finish it tonight, but I'd hoped at least that I was gonna be able to get some good footage using the Nexus 5X with an external mic. As a quick point of discussion, if any of you have the Nexus 5X or the Nexus 6P or any device running Android Marshmallow, have you tested it with an external mic? Does it work? Because in addition to testing the 5X with the new Rode mic that I bought, I also tested it with an external lavalier mic that I've got, which I just wanted to avoid because, you know, don't want to have to be tethered to the device. And that lavalier mic worked fine with the G4. It did not work with the 5X. So unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work for me. Crap. And there's really no way to research this before having bought it because until it gets in the hands of reviewers, you don't really know. And Rode doesn't know me from a hole in the ground, so there's no way that they would know to send me things or want to send me things. They send them to the people that have iPhones, because all the videos I've found about it so far have been on iPhone. So I really actually need to go ahead and finish this video tomorrow to get it up there, to get it out there so people will know. Make sure you check your device to see if it's even going to work with an external mic before you buy it. Frustrating. But you know what? It is getting rather late. I didn't get anything done that I really wanted to get done tonight, which is a bummer. But little by little, I'm going to get on the mend. I'm going to be feeling better. I'm on my medication now, so hopefully I'll start to feel better over the next couple of days. And if you're seeing this video, it means that hopefully I had success with Adobe Premiere Elements 14. That's the one that I bought earlier. I remapped all the buttons on my Shuttle Pro, or remapped some of them to do deletes and cuts and things like that, and undo and redo. So I can basically have the exact same workflow that I had with Movie Studio. It's just that I can't click in quite the same places to do things. But if I do the right things with the jog wheel, I actually don't have to click at all. I can do the grand majority of my editing just using the Shuttle Pro now, which is actually really nice. Anyway, got off topic here. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because it's already almost 11:30 p.m. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for spending the day with me, as sick and kind of probably boring as a day as it was. I do appreciate you being here though. So I will see you again tomorrow. Bye guys.